Hello, good evening, and welcome to Gentle Giants Part 14, Lufenia Plus. This is the Guy LC fight against the two Rage Gators, and it's a real doozy of a fight, I will say. I think despite all the foreknowledge and warning from JP players and various reputations, I was still taken aback by quite how noticeable the reductions are in this fight. They are colossal. If you don't bring a character like Setzer, it is like pulling teeth, just getting through that damage. I think also because we've already done a Lufenia Plus fight, it gave us sort of false confidence. I'm not saying that Divine Pandemonium was an easy fight, don't want to undersell that. Had some interesting mechanical complexities, and the orb was very difficult to manage if you didn't have Amida or Zidane. But being a World of Illusions fight, every single character in the game was synergy, so a lot of those reductions were less noticeable than they would have been otherwise. It's like dipping your toe in the bath rather than jumping straight in. Not so for this fight. We've definitely taken the training wheels off. So I'll talk about the team a bit first, and a bit about the fight. I've got a very, very standard team here, if I'm honest. Agrias, Vaan, Setzer. Very powerful characters, the three of them. Setzer enables bravery damage to no end, and his freeze is very nice for mitigating any turns they do get. Agrias going some way to restoring the balance with those brave gains. It's only 20% up, but you notice it compared to not having it. She also shuts down the Rage Gators. They do have some magic attacks, but didn't like relying on it. Maybe if it had been trickier, I would have had to work that in, but as it is, I didn't even get through all my Faded Molies. I probably could have been more gung-ho with it, frankly. The orb isn't a real problem if you pulled Gabranth, or if you have Agrias. It goes up on earth damage, which I'm not using at all here, but, catering to Guy. I think I've seen a Gal clear as well, which is pretty cool. Or if you deal damage while they have an HP damage debuff up. So trying to sell Sync, really. But Gabranth Cool is the best way to do it, especially as they're immune to Imperil. So, no Kurasame. No Ignis. I think Gabranth is the only call that actually can do it. And then, of course, Vaan for the ludicrous damage. It's not even funny how much he puts out. But aside from their reductions, the other difficult frisson to this fight is that these guys are really fast. Really deceptively fast. I currently have Shiva as my summon to boost my speed. I've got Fujin Sphere on Agrias to lower their speed a bit. And I've got Yuffie LD Call, that Doom of the Living, that lowers their speed as well. And they're still going pretty fast. Now the one saving grace is if you can deal damage fast enough, say with Vaan, then at their thresholds, which are 79%, 49% and 29%, they do self-delay quite substantially. So I don't think I factored in quite how quickly I'd be reaching those thresholds. And I could have burned the candle a bit faster with this team. I had leftover dive bombs, I had leftover Faded Molies I didn't put to good use. So, definitely room for improvement. But as I say, this is an absurdly meta team without using Burst Plus. I'm selling this as a challenge run. No Burst Plus, no Synergy, no BT... Well, no, Burst Plus is what I said. No friend unit, that's the other one. And unfortunately that's just sort of forced me into the corner of using a very, very, very strong team. Which is not the point. The point is to use varied characters. So I think probably in the future, although I've set myself this challenge of not using friend units, I'll still do the no Burst Plus, and I'll still do the no Synergy, because I think that's a lot of fun. But I think I will rescind the no friend rule. And I'm not just saying that because I'm horrifically scared of Rains event. God, that fight looks hard. Right, so what I'm trying to do at this point is get Vaan into a good spot for his burst phase. And good spot really just means having Faded Moly up and enough dive bomb to last him through. Because although he's getting really significant brave gains from that white whirl, it's huge brave gains he gets. I'm still relying quite heavily on the bravery damage from dive bomb. It's synergistic. The other very nice thing about rainbow damage is you really don't need to worry about how to break an enemy. Because you're capping on bravery damage, it's not just making your HP hits harder, it's also reducing their bravery. So when they do these big gains like this, it's just not a big deal. Setzer's also nice for his freeze debuff, which theoretically could be useful here. But I'm shutting them down predominantly with Agrias, because of their self-delays. God, they're a bit like Sync, aren't they, with self-delays? It means that I don't have to focus so hard on shutting them out with Setzer. Vaan doing absurdly high damage there, despite some of those 2,000 brave hits you can see. You can see the difference when he's not hitting for cap. Oh, I think dive bombs run out there as well. And Calamitous Orb being terrible, as per usual. That's not bad, is it? The other nice thing with Vaan here is that they can't break you, actually, while Vaan's BT effect is up. It's not a great BT effect. Prevents your bravery from going below, can't remember if it's 10 or 20% of max. But one thing they like to do when they go past their threshold, as you're about to see, is reduce your bravery to 0, which they can't do. So it's nice to have that little cushion there. Also, if they do get turns and break you, they will delay you, additionally. Send you to the Shadow Realm, as the kids are saying, which is really not nice. As I said, I've done a couple of runs of this fight already with other teams. One of the more fun ones was doing it with RVK's team. Not one he used for this event, actually. He used it for Pandemonium. But it's such a powerful team, it works any event that you can handle the orb, frankly. Which is Zell, Tidus BT, and Queen. So I'll post an upload of that tomorrow, because it's a really fun strategy. And I think it's very applicable. Etc., of course, with the delays as well. Just buying even more space. And this is the point I realised that, yeah, I'm going to kill these guys, and I've got so many leftover moves. I could have left my foot on the gas a bit. And at this point, there's not much left to it. So thank you very much for watching, and do stick around tomorrow for that RVK team run with the Speedsters and Queen. Should be a lot of fun. But if you don't, I will catch you on the Rains event, which I'm a little bit terrified of, but we'll see. Until then, have a good evening, and thanks very much for watching.